There you go.
We're live. Minnie, are we live?
Almost. Yes.
Okay, we're ready. It's Friday. Right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, it's Friday. It's 12 noon. I just got the wavy. And that means it's Festool Live. Whew. Episode 199.
Wow.
So what are we doing next week, Minnie, for 200?
200, and there are people looking forward to it.
Really?
They're counting you down.
Really? Okay, so we have a special guest, hopefully next week. So be here with us. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is because we're going to have fun. Okay, so enough of that. Let's introduce the room. Over here we have Christine. You know how I know? Because I have her name up here. And look, it's Chris.
Oh my gosh.
The unit. Cyber, Mr. PTO. He just bought a boat with his Bitcoin, and he's calling it Mr. PTO. He got a new nickname. You know that, right?
Yep.
Mr. Bitcoin. All right, cool. All right, we have Brent on the line answering all your questions. On the board, we have Minnie with her sidekick. He was popular this week. He glowed in the dark. It was Halloween.
Oh, there he is.
There's Sparky Jr. Okay, cool. All right. I forgot to mention last week, and maybe I did. I just didn't rewatch it. Have I frozen yet? Okay, good. Okay. Okay. I froze earlier. Oh, it's chilly. Okay. The router bit set I talked about last week is not available until Black Friday, which is and here in the US, we celebrate Thanksgiving, which is, I think, the third Thursday of the month, always of November. And the 29th is the big shopping day. It's called Black Friday. And that is when we're releasing that router bit set. And in saying that, I'm talking about these wonderful things we call campaigns. They're value packages. And the question is, we have it on our website, it's being advertised, I'm allowed to talk about it, but it's not available until November 29th. So you might want to get ready because these values are unbelievable. So everybody's asking, what is in the 3 packages? Just think of it like this. There's one package for the KS120, this is the original Kapex. Okay, and there's 2 packages for the KSC 60. I'll go through everything in a few minutes. Okay, one comes with the energy set and one does not. But I always have said this when I talk about these values, that we put these packages together, okay, is you go and do the math. Okay, and when you see it, it's unbelievable. Okay, I couldn't believe it this week when I was looking at it. I'm going, wow, that's incredible value that we have in these. It's because they come with the stands. Okay, when I say the stands, it's the stand and the extensions. Come on, yeah, follow me, cameraman. It comes with the stand, the bracket, and the extensions. Okay? Okay, now, I've done a lot of deep dives on both of them. The KSC 60, every time you see that extra C, it means cordless, okay? And the KS 120. We've done deep dives on both of them. I'm not going through everything, but really quick, one takes batteries and the other one doesn't. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for tuning in to Festool Live. Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. Okay. So I have 4 words written on the board, and this is what Festool's known for. And I was on the phone with a new friend of mine, and we were talking about, he has a Kapex in his shop, and he just got a KSC 60. And of course he got it because of portability. That's one of my first keywords that I want to talk about. So when I mentioned portability, okay, let's talk about what a trim carpenter, remodeler, flooring installer, staircase builder, everybody out on the job site. What's the one thing they do? They take their Kapex in and out of the trailer, the van, the truck. the number one thing that is of concern is what? Is weight. So I went and did some math for us today. So if you look on the line, our website, okay, you'll see, wait a minute, this one's for Christine. Bye-bye. Did I freeze yet? No. Oh, okay. All right. So when you look, the weight of the Kapex is 50 pounds. Okay, but I always calculate, not the extensions, but the stand. The stand is 22. Hey, Minnie, quick metric, quick math. 50 plus 22?
72?
Man, she's good at this stuff. I love putting her on the spot. I'm not serious. Next week she's going to have a calculator back there. You can do it. Okay, so portability, right? Let's go with the KSC 60. The weight of the KSC 60, hang on a second, is 38 pounds. Okay, and what's the weight of the stand? How much?
Did you say 11?
No, double 11.
22.
22 pounds. So, Minnie, it's okay, I got to calculate. I wrote it down on the extension. 38 plus 22 is 60 pounds. But I'm going to add 2 pounds to it because of what? The batteries. Okay, so okay, so it's 12 pounds difference. Does that make a difference? Heck yeah, because once you're going from doing 2 or 3 houses, say you're doing chair and square, right, guess what? Base and case, guess what? You're going house to house, you're transporting them back and forth. It adds up over the day, okay? So this is, how do you say, a little less fatiguing in and out of the van, in and out of the trailer. Okay, but sometimes you go in those houses and you're fighting for what? Electrical, okay? When you really look at this system, wow, I love saying system, okay? Our cordless system at Festool has, my God, it just keeps exploding. Wait till you see the stuff I'm messing with now in the next 4 years that's coming out. It's incredible, okay? That 18-volt platform is just gonna keep going and going and going. But think about this. You're out on the job site. What are some of the things you need out there? You need cordless. Well, and you don't have power. You have a Kapex KSC, right? You combine it with what? The CTC MIDI, but then you could take that MIDI and bring it right over here and use it with what? Your CSC 50. You don't have to fight for that electrical box on the job site anymore. You're completely portable. Wait a minute. Portable. So if you really, really think about this, this is why I will always recommend this. I'm going to take that away in a couple of minutes, I'm going to contradict myself. If this capacity that this has is more than enough for you and you don't need the extra depth of cut, this should stay in the shop, and here you go on the job site. Okay, I wanted to get that point across to you today when you're looking at which package to get. Okay, now, you see the stands, you see the saws. Here's the energy set. It's with the 2 5-amp-hour batteries, okay, and the Sys Duo, okay, where you can charge them up really quick. Okay, plenty of room. I wanted to point that out. That is, when you look at the packages, it's the package that it comes with the energy set. And then there's one standalone. It's just the stand and the saw. Okay, no batteries, no charger. Because you might have an energy set you got with a CTC or one with a CSC. Okay, now, the next word I have up there is capacity. Whew. They both have a crosscut capacity of 12-inch. Okay? But that's not what you need to know. You need to know, and anytime you look at a miter saw, what's the depth of cut? Okay? Wait a minute. Let's look at the numbers. Boy, this can be confusing, so hopefully I explain it. The 60 on here means depth of cut. 60 millimeters depth of cut at 90 degrees, at 0 and at 90. Okay? So what does that mean here in America or North America? It means you're going to get a 2 3/8 depth of cut. If that's all you need, then you're set. Okay? So here's where it's going to get confusing. KS 120. Okay? It's not 120 millimeters when you compare apples to apples. It's not 120 millimeters at 0 and 90. Okay? It's, if I remember right, it's 88 millimeters. And that converts to 3 7/16. So, but look, it says KS 120. Come over here, unit. Look, see that? KS 120. And this is where it gets confusing because on our website, in our catalogs, everywhere, it says it has a 4 3/4 depth of cut. Okay? And guess what? It does. Because a lot of people, tradespeople, anybody, doesn't have to be a tradesperson, wants to cut baseboards thick and straight up. Okay, because that's how they mark it on the wall. I've covered this in a deep dive on the Kapex, but I want to, unit, come on over here so we can see. I'm going to get on this side so you can see it. So here's my depth of cut at 90, right? Okay. But what if I have a tall piece of crown? And this is why people get confused looking at our website and catalog. The 120 is when I take it here and I pull this tab on. We call it the special cutting position. Okay, you see how I slide it? And it locks the head. Okay, now you're going to notice the depth of cut. I cut all the way down, and that allows me, and this is where it says a 4 3/4 depth of cut, because 120 millimeters equals 4 3/4 inches. Hopefully I've explained that. So that's the other decider, where you got to know what you're cutting on the job site, and that 2 3/8 or 60 millimeters may be enough. Okay, or you can always haul out the KS 120 and get that 4 3/4 for your tall base. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, now when it comes to, well, let's talk about capacity a little bit more. This is the clamp. It's the screw clamp. One comes with the KSC. And a lot of people were always concerned about the power, or I hear people are concerned about the power. A little bit of a difference is this comes with a unit. Get in here so we can see this. I'll bring it down. There's a shadow line, okay? And you'll see that is actually the kerf of the blade, okay? So when I take a swipe, and when I say capacity, this slices through anything. It is so well powered. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the KS 120 or the Kapex, and I'll bring it over here, and I always use a hold down. Okay, let's get in here so we can see this. See this? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, now, the other difference is this has a, ready? Dual laser beam. Okay, so you can bring that right in. I think this is the board I did the profile on last week. Okay. And I just want to say, or make sure you see, the dust extraction is exceptional on both of them. Now, on here, and some people get confused, the shadow line is actually the kerf of the blade. And on the laser, everything in between is what's going away. All right, so there you go. And the reason it's dashed is because there's two lasers here, carriages, and it shines directly down. And the beauty of this laser, and Chris, get in here so we can see it, it shines right on the front edge. See that? So that way there, say I'm cutting something like this, and I have my mark on there, and I tilt my saw, let's get this out of the way. Okay, I can cut right on that line exactly where I mark. Hey, let's make a cut because this is fun. Let's lock her in. Let's cut it at, Chris, get in here so we can see this. This is why I love my Kapex. I can dial that in. See, there's 15, there's 1, 2, and I can really dial that in. Because guess what? I can actually see that and lock it in here absolutely perfect and cut that perfect 22 and a half. And look at that cut. Man, that's nice. All right? Okay, so I wanted to cover that with you. Hopefully you can see that accuracy. There's another accuracy I want to talk about. And I mentioned it before in videos or Festool Lives, but I want to cover this because this is always, it's also that reliability. Because a lot of times when you're cutting a long piece, let me just see something. Let me just say, okay, let me just grab a piece over here real quick. Say I got to cut something. Let's just say, okay, okay, now, ooh, I almost forgot. The KSC 60, both packages come with metric extensions, and the KS 120 also comes with metric extensions, standard. Okay, so a lot of tradesmen I know will cut like this. They'll measure something out, you know, 600 millimeters, right, like this. Take it, boy, I'm balancing that tape. Take it like this and make a mark right here, okay? And then they do this. They take it over and they bring it to the laser right here, okay, like that. Or bring their board down, and then they do this. I used to do it like this and set it right here, okay? That's how you set it up, and you have a repeatable stop with your extensions. And it's a safe way of cutting because that stuff is not flopping all over, right? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This says 600 millimeters. So that's the reliability. And I want to point out, I'm going to set this now at 300 millimeters. There's a way of calibrating those scales is what I'm getting at. Okay? These can be as extremely accurate on and off. And there's a lot of times I take these out of the box and they're dead on calibrated. Okay? Like this side here, I cut a piece of wood. Okay, exactly at, say, 300 millimeter. I always choose 300. I don't know why. I make sure I'm exactly 300 millimeter with my eye. I bring it over here. Okay. Okay, but watch. I'm going to set this at 300. Chris, you got to get in here for this. And I'm actually going to get it right on the line. Okay, bring it right in and check it out. Can you hear that? Okay,
Yes.
Minnie can hear it over there. Okay, see that? That's exactly 300. So it'll take you a little bit. It's like trusting some of the scales and the bevel scale on the TS 55. It took me a while. I had the old ATF 55, but every daggone degree I put on there, it was exactly. I used to take gauge blocks and all kinds of stuff to check it. But it takes a while to trust the scale. So if you don't trust it, you can calibrate it. Okay, now I'm going to do something that I set this side, okay, this morning. Let's take this side and set it at 300. I did not touch this side. Let's look at it. I'm going to bring it in. This is out of the box. Let's listen. See that? It's already calibrated. Don't ask me how we do this in Germany, but we do it. Okay, now what if you need to calibrate it? So I have this out here, these extensions, okay, and I want to point these out. This is how it locks to the V groove, right? Okay, you have these 3 screws right here. Those are 5 millimeter screws. So what I do to adjust this, okay, is I'll loosen that big knob, okay? I'll take this, I'll bring my head down like this. Over here, Chris, look. Just like this. I'll set it like this. I'll loosen those 3 screws here and that big knob, and I'll make sure that there's about 5 millimeters of space in there that I could take this, slide it right up there while it's against the blade, and then tighten those screws in that knob, and that's how you calibrate it. And it will remain on there absolutely perfect every time you move them on and off. All right? So I just want to make sure you know the accuracy of these saws. You can do them with both of them. All right? Now, you cannot take these extensions and put them on here without calibrating the scale. So hear me out on this, because there is about 115 millimeters difference because of this bracket right here. All right? And the scale starts at 400, not 300. So could you put extensions from the KS120 that you already have and put them on here? Yeah. But guess what? Now you don't have the right scale. Okay? And you can't calibrate that extra 115 in there. Just wanted to point that out. Okay? But you can do it the old-fashioned way if you don't use the accuracy of your extensions. Okay, another one that I definitely need to point out, because believe it or not, I used to confuse people on this in trainings. And I'll never forget it. Julie called me one time. She goes, "Hey, Sedge, there's somebody out there on a hill trying to level their extensions." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Yeah, I used to use a straight edge, a level for a straight edge." Okay? It doesn't have to be level. It has to be on the same plane. Hear me out on this. So when you get to the job site, pretty much always have to do this. Get yourself a good straight edge. Okay? And what I want to make sure is your accuracy is always between here and here. And you bring it out here. So this is your deck, this is your fencing system. That's why we could go on and on, but you never truly put these extensions in line with this. Because if you have a long piece of molding that has got a bow in it, you'll have a sprung cut, because that point out there is holding it away from here. So I always push them back ever so slightly. If I have a big bow, I'll move them back even further. Okay? But what counts is right here. So what I do is I take myself out of the mix. Okay, and I bring this down and I lock this down here to this deck, because that, guess what? That's my accuracy. And then I'll come over here. Let me take this out of whack. Okay, you see how this is at an angle? It's splayed out. Okay, now, could I leave it like this? Absolutely. And when I cut, you'll have a little bit of a drop. But I kind of want it not level, and this is where I made my mistake. I would say level. I want it in the same plane as the deck or the turret of the Kapex. Okay, so watch. As I turn this knob, there's a screw pushing forward. Okay, Chris, come over here and shoot this. Right here. See this screw right here? This screw is coming out, and it's hitting this tab here. So let's do this. Let me bring this up. Watch your camera. And as I do this and I turn it, it's pushing it. So what's happening is it's coming in here. Get over here, Chris, and check this out. Boy, I'm really working the unit today, ain't I? Holy moly. Watch. As I turn this, you could take the daylight out. And I always leave just a little drop like that. So now it won't pinch, it won't bind. It'll just be perfect in the same plane. How did that look on camera? Good? Okay, Minnie, you paying attention on the board?
I am.
Okay, because I know you're paying attention to this, so you can take the right plane.
I got you.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Good? All right, so I will call it out again. We've done deep dives on both of these saws. I wanted to make sure you got, we told you what was coming with this campaign. Christine, this is a limited edition while supplies last. Okay, so do the math check out the value, but considering maybe you have a Kapex in the shop, you consider one for the job site, because you don't want to schlep them back and forth. It might be the time, because boy, the value built into this is incredible. I had to double check my math on it. I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to retire now.
No, I hate that.
Okay. All right. Wow. You know what I've been prepping for all week? Next week.
Very good.
I got to clean up the whole room
There you go.
because I'm gonna be taking up the whole room. I'm gonna be talking about it's a tool. It's a tool that I truly believe is one of my I know is one of my favorite tools, and it's gonna be a lot of fun because I'm gonna really deep dive into it. Okay. It's time, isn't it? I got to call everybody out.
You do.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. You want to help me, Sparky? God, I wish Sparky was here. Chris, you may want to. All right, here we go. Whoa, hey, Big Island Ed was there first, huh?
He was.
Woo, Big Island Ed. We got Rob from South Devon, England. Hopefully you're all here next week, please. Mike M from Austin, Texas. Mike, I wish I was down there at the Woodworking Festival. Hey, we have Matt from Tinley Park, Illinois. We have Dirk from where? Dayton. Woo, Dirk, baby. I'm going to see Dirk and Stephanie in a couple of weeks.
Yay.
Episode 201 is on the stage of Hatfield Hardware and Lumber.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Nice central
We're going to have so much fun. Zionsville Doug, he's in Hoopeston, Illinois. Hey, Hoopeston, isn't that where, that's in Illinois.
It is, just right over the border.
Right, Chris, were you born in Hoopeston?
I think I was.
Okay. We have Chris from... I just like to make Christine laugh. We have Chris from Malta, Mac from Los Angeles, California, Joe from Waseca, Illinois, Rob from Cinnaminson, New Jersey. You know, it took me about 20 episodes to get it.
It did. I
Yeah.
remember.
And you know what, Rob? You've been there since the daggone beginning. Thank you from our hearts. We have Rick from sunny Blackpool, UK. Blake Weber from Nevada, California. He's been with us all the... Most of these people have been with us the whole time. We have Johnny from Hoffman Estate, Illinois. We have Daffod from Bangor, Wales, UK. Huh? I got it. Those guys from Northern Wales.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Johnny Ringo from Searsport, Maine. Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. Warren from Batavia, Ohio. Karen from Annapolis, Maryland. Leo from Holland. Fish and Doogie from Lancaster, PA. That's Pennsylvania. We have Super Beetle from Columbus, Ohio. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Super.
Super Beetle. Say super.
Super.
Super. We have Michael from Puyallup, Washington. Jerry G from Sugar Grove, Illinois. Tom from Morehead City, North Carolina. I was on the road last year, and someone said, Sedge, it's not Illinois, it's Illinois. I go, I know. I just like saying Illinois. All right. We have Jana. We have Jason and Yana from Granite Falls, Washington. Willie the Spactrician, that's in Virginia. We have Lode from Stockholm. Gerald from Derrida, Louisiana. Greg from Minnesota. We have Gary. We have the Gov from the UK.
Yeah.
Hey, Gov. It's the governor. It's the governor. We have Bermuda Steve, Jacob from Rhode Island, Tim from Houston, Texas. We have Kurt from Rochester, Michigan.
Houston?
You don't remember Superman?
Oh, sorry, no.
They called it Houston instead of Houston.
Oh, okay.
Come on. I think
Once
that
again,
was Superman 2. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we have Johnny O from Epco. I think that's New Jersey. Norman from Fallbrook, California. We have Dave Van Gwen from West Virginia. Okay, good. Let me turn around the whiteboard. We have Woodcraft Dayton crew. Whoa! Party on. We have Marty from Cincinnati. How you doing, Marty? Good? Okay. David from Israel. Eric from Huntsville, Alabama. Matt from Newark, Ohio. Jason from Fenton, Michigan. We have Jurgen from the Delft, Netherlands. Urho from Helsinki, Finland. Hi, Urho. We have Miloš from Serbia, Belgrade. John Knight from the San Francisco Bay Area. He's one of our regional sales managers. How you doing, John? We have Ken from Granite Bay, California. Dan, my man, from Kingman, Arizona. You like that unit?
That was good.
Not bad, eh? Okay, Mac from Krimpen and de Lac, Netherlands. Corey Kidda. He's another, boy, we got everybody from Festool. He's another RSM from Southern California. How you doing,
Even
Corey?
our guys learn from you.
No way.
I know.
I confused everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We have Mark from Ipswich, Mass. Woo! Dave from Bellefontaine, Ohio. Apo from Aka, Finland. Joe, my main man, Joe from Akron, Ohio. I'll see you in 2 weeks, hopefully, Joe. We have Mark from Woodcraft, Springfield, Maryland. Cadfell, Mayor, Daffod, North Wales. Hopefully I'm messing that up royally. Artem from Markham, Ontario. Stuart from Northern Louisiana. George from Tallinn, Estonia. Captain Kirk from Rockland, Georgia. Craig and Tyler from Virginia. Maybe we'll see you at Hatville. Yuzi from Maribor, Suriname. Bill from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We got a lot of people from Louisiana.
We do today.
Woo! We have Soren from Denmark. Andrew from Babylon, New York. The other Warren from Caldwell, Idaho. Steve from Preston, UK. Oliver, how the heck are you, Oliver, from Southern Cali? We have Fasadad from North Denver, England. We have Kasaba from Hungary. I am getting a little bit famished. We have Sanjay, Big D, Dallas, Texas. Hey, we know him. He's a big dude, remember? Mm-hmm. Okay. We have Paul from Reading at Berkshire, UK. We have Justin Walker, Texas Ranger. Woo! We have Scott from Greenlee, Colorado. Jeff from Bloomington, India. Excuse me. Jeff from Bloomington, Indiana. We have Tom and Kelly from Eaton, Georgia. I was wondering where you guys were. We have Brian from Mapei, Ontario. Dale from Swadlincote, England. Engineer Mike from New Hyde Park, New York. Mm-hmm. We have Russell from Nashville, Tennessee. Really? Russell from Nashville, Tennessee. I just like to make her laugh. We have Russ Hunster from Chichester, UK. We have Ben from Dover, New Hampshire. We have Brent from Brazil. Why isn't Chris on vacation? Apo said that. You know, his new boat he just bought with Bitcoin. The name on the back's gonna be called Mr. PTO. We have Michael from Winchester, Virginia. Is that it?
The only people who don't claim to be here.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going on vacation soon. We got Thanksgiving holiday coming up.
Yes.
Yep, it'll be wonderful. Families coming up from Florida. It is going to be wonderful. I am so stoked. You guys ready for next week?
I am.
Okay, me too. Me too. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is? It's just a celebration. We got there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. Who thought
Wow.
I would?
You did.
Well, you know, I'm an optimist.
Okay, so I got to say this to the crew. Thank you for everything. Brent, thank you. Everybody who's helped us out over the years, thank you. And that is also everybody I called out, because a lot of you returned every daggone week to support us. It's a wonderful community you have all created. I always say this, we love you. Mm-hmm. Next week I am not getting emotional.
Okay.
Okay? I promise.
I'll bring the thing.
But it's episode 200. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. I still can't believe we've done this many. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me, can you hit 300? I go, you're daggone tootin' right. Because we are coming out with some unbelievable tools.
Sweet.
In the next 3 or 4 years, and I have to stick around.
You do.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Unit, you good?
I'm great.
You're not on vacation next week?
No, I'm here.
You here?
Yep.
Okay, everybody. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Enjoy the weather. It is absolutely gorgeous here in Indiana. Woo! So have fun. We'll see you later. Hey, Christine, I think that's a wrap.
That's all right.
Okay, it's a